Okay, that's working now. Okay, do we have everybody here that can talk?
Yeah.
Hi,
Yep.
Artie.
I'm here.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm not here. Be right back.
Almere was almost ugly.
My
Hmm?
my poor Almere.
When you said that, like you typed that out, I like. I've been thinking about it like for the last couple of weeks because it was hilarious. I can just picture the anguish on his face, and it just cracks me up. As evil as that is, it cracks me up.
I'm back.
Watch him somehow find a way to make Boar be sexy.
He would. Oh, he totally would.
It would take everything
doubt
in
about
his
that.
power.
Well, think of Miss Piggy, right? She made it sexy. I have faith in him there.
You are 100% right. Okay. Can we get a recap from last session?
We did stuff.
Ooh, I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah. A lot of last session was pretty much us questioning the villagers. Because we apprehended the werebore and two were-rats, and it was pretty much us talking to the villagers and the healer while they were tending to them, trying to find some information out about them and what they suspect and so forth. We found out that two of the wares were familiar to the villagers. One of the werebore was Nisiba, and the rat was Fly to the Distant Grotto. The second rat, though, the third lycanthrope, they didn't recognize them, and I think you said that they were kind of like for lack of better words, ratty looking. They had patches of fur missing.
That was Quiet that had the patches of fur missing.
Oh, was it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one, I want to say y'all didn't really mess with. Y'all put him to sleep, but looked in good health, like as good as a rat could, health-wise.
Okay. The healer noted that no spells were placed on any of the wares other than Pass Without a Trace that was pasted in Nasiba. Nothing that could alter behavior, though. They did not detect any poison, and that the lycanthropes were willfully in their animal forms. And also that it was just very unusual that they regressed in temperament, I guess, because they had control of their animal instincts, yet they were very feral to have attacked us. And then over the course of the conversation, the healer told Elmer that he was not infected by the curse, so that was good.
And I believe we finished off with everybody turning in for the night.
Yep, getting ready for bed.
Okay.
And Sarah was all shy about it, even chasing Minx out.
Okay. That'll work now.
I think that's really possible, though, Artie. Like a rabies of some sort, but the research that March did, he found out that it wasn't like necessarily a potion or like a side effect of a singular herb or something that might have affected their temperament.
Okay, to get things started, you all successfully had a long rest, and we are starting around 7 in the morning, and I gotta figure out, just for purposes, what day it is.
Wednesday? Right?
No.
No, it's Tuesday.
There it is. Second wall. Drinking. That went by. Yeah, so it is third mole. You're right. Or third toll. Okay. Alright.
What's the day?
Third toll of Nuku.
Do we have that up somewhere, by the way?
It's in the link I'm about to put into chat.
Okay. I was gonna say, we should have that pinned.
It might be, but I don't know. Okay. So waking up in the morning, what is everyone doing? Are you talking, Idbar?
I was. I said drooling on Almer.
Mark looks forward to coffee, just saying. It was an interesting night.
Sarah would wait for her 2 new roommates to leave.
So you go to like play possum?
Apparently I'm not waking up yet. I'm just gonna stay asleep for right now, apparently.
Hey, Marsh should help Banks. Probably help breakfast. He'd get up early.
Is, like, Minx excited, or does she normally just eat that much?
I guess she's trying to fatten us up.
I guess so, dude.
Derp, should have guessed.
So are these your ingredients, or things you just found?
She butchered one of the werewolves.
Oh,
Makes
God.
sausage.
Jesus. That got a bit dark real
Where
fast.
the sausage came from?
I miss. Oh, it's so cold in here.
Aww.
Mm.
It was. I was shivering, so that's why I went to close the window, and I'm. Oof, help.
I'm chilly here too. I'm wearing like slippers and a robe, and I'm still cold.
I'm wearing my big
No.
sweatshirt. It's not working.
You should always get something warm to drink. That always helps.
It was really warm in the house earlier. I don't know why. It was like 72, but it felt like super warm.
That can happen.
Apparently. I think I was having a hot flash. My young lady hot flashes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I said, Sarah would wait until both Minx and Marsh are out of the room. And then
Are you gonna
It
pretend
looks like-
you're asleep, or...
Sure.
That's what I figured. You're gonna play possum, and it's hilarious. Yeah, I guess we should move to the kitchen, shouldn't we? Mwah.
Yeah, I have a question though. How does Marsh feel about Sarah's night clothes?
What do you
He
want,
didn't
deception
say.
or performance?
To remain asleep. Quote.
yeah. Yeah.
Performance.
Woocha.
Obviously, you're faking it, but we're like, whatever.
That is the impression you get. She's fidgeting a bit too much to be having a restful sleep.
No, so Marsha's not aware of her dress clothes that she wears to bed, but it's okay.
She what? I missed that.
He doesn't know. He wasn't in the
Oh.
room, and by the time he came in the room, she was like under the covers, blankets drawn up to her chin.
Oh my gosh.
Where are the dogs working?
That's why we evacuated so quickly, eh, Minx?
Oh my god.
Once they are gone, I will put on my normal clothes and put my armor on.
Okay.
When Elmer comes into the kitchen, though, Marsh will ask how he's feeling.
Much better today after a good rest.
Basically what sleep can do.
Yeah. So, how did you all sleep?
As good as to be expected.
Can understand that. Strange bed, strange town, were creatures everywhere. The usual.
Precisely. It's like you read my mind.
I need to do something really quick, so I will be back.
Bye.
Why are you thinking about dinner? We're just making breakfast now, Minx. Goodness, woman.
Okay, sorry to grab you again.
Oh, hey! I didn't realize.
What
Oof.
is your character doing in the morning? somewhere around like 6:30 or so, one of the villagers came and got your character to help with the healer.
Mhm.
Um, and enter a when you enter the room to the south, that has the 3 like monster tokens. Do you see that?
Yeah.
What's your first thing? What do you do?
Probably observing what the heck's going on.
Okay. They gave you a little background saying that 2 of these creatures, or, well, 2 of these people, they would say, are the 2 advisors to the mayor. One of the boars and one of the rats. I want to say the rat in the middle is one of them.
Okay.
You have seen them around in their regular humanoid, non-lichen form.
Mhm.
And you know from your personal experience that you can control yourself if you properly, I guess, train for it is the best way to say it. You can control yourself in hybrid form. When you
Yeah.
come in, you see that these 3 are still in their hybrid form. And as you're observing them, like, you're asking questions to them, and they are not able to respond to you. That's when you first walk in the room. They are not
Right.
able to respond to you.
Okay, that makes sense. The lichens are not hooked or the party.
I'm sorry, what?
The lichens are not able to respond to me, or the
The
Party.
lichens,
Okay.
the ones that are transformed, are not able to respond to you when you first get
Okay.
into the room.
right, got it.
After you've observed them do it for a while, what would you do?
I'd probably like wonder what exactly was going on, and just kind of try and help in any way I can. If that makes sense.
Okay. I'm gonna teach you how to do a secret roll, but the first thing I need you to do is to go to your skills page.
Crap. Yes.
Do you see your medicine modifier?
Mhm.
You'll have a passive and you'll have a modifier for that.
I don't think you see the modifier.
It should
but
be
I see
like
total and pass.
total, I believe. It should be like a single digit number.
Yeah.
Okay. What I need you to do
Mhm.
is, do you have proficiency in that?
I have expertise.
Okay. What I need you to do is I need you to type in /GM roll space D20 plus that number. And then hit enter.
Plus that number. I hope this is right. Okay.
Okay. Looking over these individuals, just doing a medicine check over them, seeing what's wrong with them, you see that nothing that you can tell is wrong with them. They don't look to be affected by anything that you're aware of, that you're used to.
Right.
You haven't been in this village long enough, but you know enough about yourself to know what can and can't affect you within reason.
Yeah.
You're not seeing anything that should be triggering them to be acting like this. You know that they are more civil-minded, at least the 2 that you recognize. Civil-minded people that don't let their forms influence their actual actions. So it's not making any sense to you why they're still like this and why they can't talk. at about 7:15 is where you're coming to this conclusion. So, I'm gonna place you in that room, and you can maneuver around and, I guess, look around.
Right.
And, if you do anything, either let me know or whisper me. And do you know how to whisper?
Not
Slash-
really.
It's /W, and then the person's name. I think I'm showing up as GM. I show up as either GM or
Yeah.
DM, and
Yeah,
then
it's GM.
space, and then you can whisper me things.
Does that work?
Yep.
Okay.
And I have to respond back the same way. Let me see what you're under Okami.
I'll be under Eilon once I'm like.
I can
Once
I can do it
spend
straight to Okami, and that works too.
Oh, okay, that works.
Okay. I'm gonna put you back over there, and I need to get caught up on chat.
All right.
Alright, I'm back. Let me just get caught up on chat. That is a very interesting conversation that y'all are having.
You started it.
I did not honestly expect to have that kind of conversation in my game, to be honest with you.
This is Minx you're talking about. This is this kind of shit that she thinks about.
This is true. And the whole time, Almera's sitting there in his little corner, like, it's too early for this shit.
You want some coffee?
Oh, yes, please. I'm not so much of a morning person.
That's why there's coffee. It keeps not morning people from killing the morning people.
As the coffee is brewing, Almera would, like, walk back into the room and, like, firmly prod Ori in the ribs. Come on, man, you got work to do. So y'all are trying to get breakfast together. Almera's in the next room committing domestic abuse.
No kidding, right? Pulled the dagger out. I was like, holy shit. Hmm.
Almera walks back into the room. Here's the conversation that's continued. Looks over to Marsh and is like, "Is the coffee ready yet?"
Yeah, it's been ready. I pour him a cup and walk it over to him.
Thank you. Is Sarah awake?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's playing possum, but I'm not calling her on it. Maybe Minx can.
That's fine. So I'm still basically here as an advisor, not really a team lead. What's the plan for today?
Right. Well, after breakfast, because it's the most important meal of the day, he sarcastically says and rolls his eyes. I think it would be good for us to probably speak with the mayor first before. To see if anything changed overnight. That's adorable.
Where exactly did he get that hoodie from?
So it takes 10 minutes, by the way, to put my armor on, so after 10 minutes I'd come out.
Okay.
Marsh would just smile and not say anything to Minx after that one. It's very important. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so about the time that Ori wanders in is probably about the same time that Sarah will be wandering in.
Okay. I'm assuming breakfast would pretty much be ready by that point. Because everybody was so late in getting up.
Who actually was making that?
Marsh and Minx. They were helping each other. And kind of fighting while doing it.
Give me survivals just to see how y'all did.
I know I'm terrified by this, because I don't imagine he's a good cook.
Watch him nat 20. I mean...
It's great food.
Blames it on Minx.
It's a little charred in some areas, and the kitchen's a little smoky from, like, possibly burning the bacon or whatever kind of meat you had. It's edible.
You can't bitch because you didn't make it.
You don't think you're gonna die from eating it.
That was some really good food.
You have to lie to her face, Sarah. It's okay to tell me that I suck at cooking. Wouldn't be the first time.
Nah, she feels it because, like, military rations are terrible. Mars, you've eaten MREs, you know.
Yeah. You guys are so sweet.
Should I roll deception for making it seem like I'm actually super
Please
happy?
do.
Please do.
Please do. And like rolling at 20.
Oh, so close.
So
Wow.
good.
Look at that. They're such good liars. They're trying not to hurt our feelings.
Hey, I ate around the burn bit, so I ate it. I mean, you can totally give me that 24, Will.
No.
Aw, damn it.
No.
Dang it.
You're very convincing.
I want to use my inspiration. No, I lied. I'm sorry.
Also, everybody, do not forget that some of you, possibly all of you, do have inspiration. And that can be used, not the way that the book is reading it, but the way I'm ruling it as a house rule. It can be used to reroll any D20 roll for yourself or other player characters. It cannot be used to reroll something of mine. Unless we want to implement Doom Dice, which I kind of like that idea.
No, please don't. I've done that before, and it sucks. It's like Russian roulette.
I'll only get them back every long rest y'all complete. So I got one vote of talking to the mayor.
I second that vote, and I will be right back.
Yes.
Why are we wanting to go, Mayor?
I figured it's a good place to start, see if anything else happened overnight. She still needs to give us the list of people that are missing that she said she was going to compile overnight.
I think I sent it.
You did, but I mean, like, we technically don't have it yet in character, you know?
That's fair.
That's what I'm getting at. I'm like, they technically haven't received it.
Alright, well, if we can find wherever the mayor is, sure.
So are y'all breaking up and looking for her, or are y'all gonna
Well,
go as a group?
we should just go as a group. I'm sure we'd be able to find her easily enough.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same exact thing. Like, are we not caring about the ones we just encountered? So I'll go with Minx if Minx is really wanting to push that way.
Okay.
And Heathbar is getting Natalie ready for bed. So
Okay.
I believe Ori and Marsh, you two are gonna go off to the to the mayor then? Or are you just going to come along with us to the sick people? Or
I can wait
sick,
for Heather
not
to get
sick,
back
whatever.
and say what she wants to do.
I think she said she
She
seconded.
voted for
the
yeah
mayor.
the mayor.
Oh, did she? I missed that. Okay, yeah, we'll go do that then.
Okay. I guess we'll start with you guys. You guys meaning Marsh and Ori. Because for the time being, I'm pretty sure she's going to tag along. How would you go about your search for the mayor?
Are people? Can I? Initially, it'd be like to ask if somebody is out, like nearby. Ask like where she. Have they seen her or where her house is, so they can go and look for her.
Okay, so you just approach the first person you've seen? Or
Pretty
you've seen-
much. I'm assuming people are out and about. It's like, yeah, it's 7 in the morning, but I imagine they get up early to begin with.
Yeah, it's a couple people out. Buzz is kind of quiet right now, but you see a couple people talking about what happened last night, getting filled in.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach the group, let me get a perception to see how much you hear.
I'm terrified to hear this.
As you approach the group, you overhear them talking. Saying, yeah, the people that came in last night, they had the first, they found somebody. They found people. Found 3 people. I was like, what? It's like, yeah, they found Nesva and Quiet. Yeah, one more, but we don't know who it is yet. Well, where are they? Well, they say they got them locked up over here in the workshop. He was like, I guess I don't gotta go to work today, huh? And at about that point where the guy is happy not having to go in today, is the point where you will be approaching Marsh.
Okay. He would just ask after, after the mayor. So we're looking to speak with her. Is she out and about, or maybe you can direct us to where her house is? Is Elmer traveling with us, by the way?
No, Almer went with Minx and Sarah
Okay.
to go with the Ferals.
Okay. So what did I miss?
We're splitting up, was really what it is. Minx and Sarah are going to go check on the injured wares, and then you and I are going to go check on the mayor.
Okay.
And Minx and Marsh are bickering again.
Oh no.
About where to meet when we're done.
Okay. One of the people that's there talking hasn't seen her, but he does point you in the direction of her house. Another one says that he's seen her today, but that was earlier, something like 20 minutes ago. And he said that she was over, close to the tavern. The third guy says that he saw her, heading back over towards the carpenter shop.
Okay, that's feasible enough. So, of course, she'd be checking on the condition of her villagers. right. He'd thank him, say thank you, and look to Ori and say, I'm betting that she's checking on the villagers that we found yesterday. Want to check there first?
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So, Will, can I ask some questions about the town?
Sure.
Cool. Alright, so we determined that there are no security cameras, correct?
Correct.
There are street lights, right?
Sporadic, but yes.
Is there internet connection? Satellite?
Are you asking if like they have computer access, or are you asking if they have like Wi-Fi for the village?
Wi-Fi for the village?
Let's see what you see. They're a fairly civilized group. They have a open network for the village.
Are there a lot of people walking around with smart devices?
Give me a perception.
That's it.
Looking at the few people that are out right now, you do see a few of them have like a few smartphones. It's like basically tablets, but still phones. You do see a couple of them have those on their hips. Some of the younger people who are up and about. But you don't see it on everybody.
How many older... Like, what would the ratio be for, like, older to younger people? Like, more older, more younger, a healthy mix?
From what you're seeing out right now, and what you saw yesterday, which wasn't terribly much, it's leaning primarily towards older right now. Like, middle-aged to older.
Okay.
How populated is the village, anyways? I was thinking of that earlier.
Notes. Because I have this down. Seriously, not put that down? Okay, there it is. It's a fairly small village. What you're seeing in the amenities that they have so far is looking like it can support like maybe 200 to 300 people or so.
Okay.
It's about like mid-morning. early morning or mid morning?
It will
said
probably be around 7:45, 8 o'clock now.
No wonder there's older people. All the younger people are asleep. Or like at home, quite possibly. Are they fair? Is the city like this town? Not really city, like current on technological advances, or more like behind the times sort of thing?
It's somewhat of an odd mix of both. You'll see a few people in obviously like older style clothing, like some of the older people, some of the elves you see around, just you don't really know how old they are just by looking at them, but you see that they'll have just different period clothes on. Like it's still modern clothing, but it's just a different style. And then you'll see someone walking around in what looks to be like the most recent week's fashion. So.
Okay. So no security cameras now.
They watch each other's backs, apparently.
Apparently not well enough.
It's probably because they're not. What would help is if maybe they traveled in pairs, but you know, they're probably getting picked off one at a time.
I think that's all the questions I have for right this second.
Okay. So, am I correct in assuming that y'all are going to be headed to the workshop?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to switch over to Minx and Sarah. Okay, so the two of you were going to head back and look at the ferals.
I believe that was the plan.
It's a fairly quick trip over, no issues. When you get to the building itself, when you first walk in, you see Shanta sitting at one of the walls, or sitting in a chair at one of the walls, and she's just staring over at the werebore.
Was that the healer?
Shanta is the mayor.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Hey Minx, you want to text Marsh and them? The mayor is here at the...
Yeah, mayor has showed up with y'all. And he's not sure what that is, but he's going to sit down. Mayor's like, how do you not have... Okay. He pulls out his phone and he starts texting Ori. Ori, as Marsh is talking to the people, you get a text on your phone.
What does it say?
I mean, yeah, I don't know how I would contact any of you either, Minx.
Good thing Albert has his game together, huh?
I could have sworn I gave my number to Minx.
I know you gave it to Marsh.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you hand Shanta the bread, she's just like, thank you? And she kind of just holds it. And, like,
Is it the sandwich that Minx made for? Oh, jeez. Okay. I was wondering. I was like, wow, that was really thoughtful.
Shanta just kind of gives her a look and is like, thank you? And she glances over to Almer and he just shrugs, just like, I don't know. But you see that the healer is still looking over the boar. And the two people that were there, like, helping from last night are still there. And you also see, just in the background, a new person that you haven't seen before, walking around looking at the two were-rats in the back room.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say is in the back with the two rats?
You see a new face who's wandering around looking at the two rat folks. He appears to be, like, examining them.
Okay. What does he look like?
If you'd like to go ahead and
Now?
describe yourself.
Right. So the character, he looks like a very, like, large man with a lot of muscles, and he's, like, roughly 6 feet tall, short black hair with brown tips. And he has, like, these fierce yellow eyes. And he looks to be, like, kind of hunched over, kind of helping in a way, with, like, this black hoodie and jeans, the hood over his face. Yeah. He has light brown skin, that's cool. I guess that's my character.
What color were his eyes? You broke out a little bit. I didn't hear it.
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay.
Have we seen this person around anywhere?
He was not present last night. This is the first you've seen him.
Does he look kind of like the locals?
That's an interesting question because it's not really a centralized look. Like, it's still a small town, so there's no, like, generic uniform. But he's moving with the grace of he's been here before. He's been here a while.
Okay. I'll go over to Shanta and ask Shanta, Good morning.
Morning.
Who's the big fella in the other room?
And it's pronounced Elon, I believe.
Ilon.
Ilon. Ilon is something of a assistant, I guess you would say, to our healer. He's fairly new to town, recently changed. But he is... he's, I guess, assisting her, just seeing if it's anything that she hasn't seen. She's been with them most of the night, so...
You just said recently changed, as in, is this person a aware person as well?
Yes. Most of our citizens are?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I get that, but okay.
But yes, he is also aware.
Aware of what?
As soon as I said it, I was waiting for it.
So I hit Mitsudasu.
Yes, he is also a lycan, like myself. Like most of the people in this room, actually.
Really, Jess?
I had to take it. I haven't had the opportunity to say that in a long time.
Hmm? Sorry, did not see that. She looks over to Minx and she says not much has changed in their temperament, per se. They still can't talk with us, but they're not actively fighting as hard. Nespa here actually got a few, hours of sleep overnight. She woke up calmer, but she still can't talk with me. Which is a little troubling. Not quite yet. It is light out, but the sun isn't fully up yet. So it hasn't gotten past the shadow point of the morning. It's a very late sunrise. For here, anyway. Um. There we go. Well, I suppose we could pick them up and take them outside, but I'm not really sure what that would do. There are windows in the rooms. There are windows. There's a window behind Nesva. It's one here. I'm not sure if y'all can see the wall signifying where the windows are.
I can see him.
Okay. Around this time, Marsh and Ori should be arriving. That's a fair point. I'm sure it couldn't hurt anything. When the sun raises a little more, we'll see if we can get them moved.
Oh, Minx, you're so adorable.
Blood work is not my specialty. Eilon, dear.
Yes.
Have you done any blood work on them at all? Have you done any
No.
kind of samples?
Not yet, but I was planning to.
We haven't done anything of that sort yet. I've been trying to see if I
Blood
could
magic.
see if I could possibly heal them through magical means. I haven't tried the more traditional means yet. Can I have perception rolls from everyone, please?
Perception rolls, you said?
Yes.
Is this a passive perception?
And where are you, Ori?
I'm with Marsh.
She hasn't moved your icon, that's all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on. Get your
I don't know
furriness
where
down
I
here.
am then. Hold on. Wait for me! Can't find the door. There it is.
Elmer's blocking it.
Rude ass.
He's
Yeah,
gonna be brooding
that's right.
in
Go
the
hide in
corner.
your corner.
He's gonna be brooding in the corner. Leave him be.
he said he felt better. He lied.
Brood away, boar boy.
Ori, you should make him like, or you should make her find him like a little boar plushie.
I need to. I need to.
And magically, all the dice you roll to find this boar plushie end in a 1.
What?
Said all of the dice you roll to find this plushie end in a 1.
Alright, what do I need to roll?
A D100 minus 99.
That's my chance of finding one?
Yeah. You gotta get 100.
Okay.
I want to know what Elmer's response to such a gift would be from Ori. It's like, you can't get mad at him, seriously.
100 minus 99.
DC is 100.
He's just making it absolutely impossible.
Failed.
What are you sleight of handing?
Blood. Yes! Thank you.
No meta. Get the fuck out of here.
So the suggestion was meta. Like, Marsh would not suggest that, but it's like, it would be hilarious.
Okay. Sarah, Minx, and Ilon. The three of you hear the lichen, the rat that they've been calling Quiet. You hear him growling, like snarling a little bit.
What is it, boy?
And
I do not say that.
the more
Is it
you
little Billy? Is he fell in the well again?
the more you focus on it, you keep hearing like something of the same sound. You keep hearing him like growling out. "Rrr, rrr, rrr." And you listen for a couple moments, and eventually you kind of piece together truck. And looking him over, you see that he's like staring at the one next to him, and he's kind of hyper focused on this person, saying that repeatedly. It seems to be that. I'll So to get that blood work, I need a medicine roll from you. And you're working on this one currently?
Yes.
Also a sleight of hand. You're able to move quickly enough and with enough precision to get a vial of blood.
Woo! Best assistant. Soon to be doctor. Much wow.
Who was the one who asked for the blood work in the first place?
That was Minx asking
Minx.
about the blood work.
Okay. But who's the one that said, Eilon dear, have you done any blood work?
Oh, that was Shanta.
Ah! Okay, thanks.
That was the mayor.
That was the healer talking when I said that.
Oh, was it?
Mhm.
Gotcha. I thought it was the mayor, because that's... Okay, never mind.
Sorry. All my women sound the same. I apologize.
Okay, so
He's not sorry.
he walks over and gives the vial to the healer. Persione.
It will take me a little bit to
right.
get to this, but
Never mind, I take it back.
Well, when Marsh gets to the workshop, he would approach Shanta and ask a lot of the same questions that Minx and Sarah already did, of just like, how are they doing? Anything changed? That sort of thing. So.
When you got here, that hadn't happened yet. So, when you get in, they say that, or she says that, they still aren't talking yet, and they still haven't shifted out of their hybrid forms.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little interesting that they haven't shifted yet, but they say that nothing else has really changed.
Wow, I'm a terrible healer. I don't know how I knew this one.
Okay. He would inquire after the list that Shanta had said she would compile.
Oh,
Of the people who are missing.
she's like, shit, I forgot about that.
Understandable. A lot happened in the last couple hours.
She rummages around, and eventually, like, sticks her hand into, like, the folds of her sari that she's wearing today, and, produces a sheet of paper and hands it over to Marsh. She's like, I meant to give this to y'all first thing, but, all of this happened. And I
No
just
need to
kinda
explain
got-
yourself, Shanta. He just says to excuse her. Oh. One question he does have is, he would ask about that she had mentioned the day before that they had attempted to scry somebody. At least one person. Who was it? will be right back.
Okay. I will hold off on that answer till she gets back.
And back.
She points onto the list. Before Nesva and Quiet went missing, we tried to scry Megan Silvereyes, and we couldn't get a connection.
So,
Actually, hold on.
when did you attempt to scry her? Like immediately after she was, she disappeared?
So give me 1 second on that. Because I gotta read that spell again to say something. Wait, how the fuck? Okay.
Oop.
Need- Okay, can you repeat your question to me, Marsh?
Um, At what point did they attempt to scry her? Like immediately after she was abducted?
It was a few hours before they realized she was gone.
Okay, and that was one of the first steps she made.
They actually searched to ensure that she wasn't. So the scrying probably didn't happen until 4 or 5 hours after she disappeared.
Okay. So I have a hunch. Maybe we can attempt scrying somebody again. One that hasn't been taken so recently.
Oh my god, what is going on in the side chat?
None of your concern.
Kinda has to be.
Well,
Figure
some
out
of
what
it,
y'all are doing.
but
Okay. Sorry, caught up. You want to try to scry one of these three?
No, that's just her crazy talking. I want to try to scry. I would like to scry on one of the ones that are still missing.
Okay. Nope. Maybe. Maybe. First person to roll me a d4, give me a d4. Thank you. They could also not connect due to their sheer force of will. The magic kinda either forces its way past your will, or you let it willingly in. But you can resist it. I would not say that it is more willful, no. But it is still resistant. It's not a pleasant way. Oh, I can't say pleasant. It is not a means that most people would allow in. It's not easy to resist, but you can still resist it.
Dang it.
Not cry.
Good night.
Okay, see you, bro.
Ooh, I like the picture a lot, Heather.
Thank you. Okay, that work either. Whatever.
I'm gonna try.
Hmm?
I'm gonna try. 'Cause
Okay.
I gotta remember it.
The
I
image?
tried looking it up. It wouldn't. I couldn't figure it out.
I got it.
Jesus.
How do you do the thing? I feel like we always try to remember.
Damn it!
Thank you.
Bingo!
How far off was I?
Let me check. Well, you misspelled image.
Image!
There's no space between the bracket and the parenthesis either.
That's probably where it went wrong. Yep. I was so close.
So close.
I'm so confused.
Does it? Roll. Oh, might help if I'm actually in there.
Yeah. You didn't like that picture, Owakami?
No, I found a better one. Hold on.
Did you? Oh, I'd say I like it. He's like so serious.
So what was that about brackets?
There's no space. Okay. You type the bracket roll20 space logo with another bracket, and then a parenthesis. There's no space between the parenthesis and the bracket.
Okay, so roll 20 bracket logo.
No, bracket, roll 20,
Okay.
space, logo.
Yeah. Okay.
Close it in with another bracket, put a parenthesis, and paste your link. Then
Thank you.
tie it off with another parenthesis.
There we go. Snake bear.
Oh my god.
There you go. There's your icon. Snake bear. But no, seriously, do you like the first one? Oh no! I found an image of how Eidolon was made.
Oh god.
Oh no. I'm scared.
Oh god.
Alright, I'm done, I promise.
The healer looks to Minx. Gross. The healer looks to Minx. And she says, scrying is a powerful spell. Using it on one of these, even as a control for something like this, I feel would be somewhat of a waste. I would feel more comfortable attempting to scry one of those lost already than one that we already have with us.
Marsh is just smiling so big right now.
Because I can only perform this spell a few times a day. And once I've done this spell, I need rest before I can do it again.
To answer your earlier argument, though, Minx, such spells to block such magic can be very burdensome to maintain for long term. So it would seem more likely to me that they would incorporate such a spell short term, like especially like right after they were abducted, and most likely to be scryed after.
Eidolon, give me a perception, please. Eidolon and Minx, actually. Eidolon, you hear the rat folk at the back of the room, grunting. And once again, you listen to them for a few moments, and the grunts start to have more shape to them. And eventually you hear the rat saying, Red. Merciful GM. It sounds like they're saying ran.
A truck ran them over.
No wonder they're disgruntled and missing hair.
Poor people.
Wrong book. Alright, this woman needs a name because I keep referencing her. God damn it.
The healer?
Yeah.
Do it.
Did I just leave the fucking game? God damn it, I did.
What?
I left the game.
Oh. I knew you didn't like us. You just tolerate us on a bi-monthly basis.
I try to get more than 2 games a month in. Give me more credit than that. God.
We've been busy.
Pop culture. Sure. Her name is Elfine. Are you staying in this building to try and find a microscope? Or are you venturing out? Or are you asking someone? In this building, you do not see anything. This building looks to be a carpentry workshop. Looks to be pieces of furniture being made up currently. Not seeing anything. Who would you ask? Let's see. Okay. Two different rats have said one thing each. One said truck, the other said ran.
Oh, the different ones spoke?
Yes. The first one was the one in the middle. The first one said truck. Quiet said truck. The second one said ran.
Righto.
What? What did I do? That should have worked.
It lets me click it.
Weird.
I can't stand your ass.
Minx, please, Cheryl, please click that.
Oh, I can't stand your ass.
click the Roll20 link. Roll20 logo.
The reason that it didn't work is because it doesn't end in GIF or image.
Oh, I gotcha.
So it might work now if I do this. Yep, that's gonna work. It has to end in ping or GIF or something.
Okay. I broke out my tablet just for that, too.
Oh my god. Let's see.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Huh?
That's how you were born. That is the night you were made.
This game devolved into
Island.
some bullshit already.
You love it. Don't act like you don't.
Can't stand it.
Lies.
Oh, shit, okay.
Okay, so truck ran.
Also, has no one said anything about those to anyone?
About what?
Truck ran.
Technically, Marsh hasn't heard it, so I can't really say anything.
Yeah, I mean, technically I haven't heard it either.
So, like, that's, yeah.
Elon only heard ran, not truck.
And Minx is...
I think you heard truck. You were in the room. I'm pretty sure you heard truck. You heard truck and ran, I believe.
I didn't, no. I didn't roll high enough, though, Cheryl.
Didn't they say that there had been like extra shipments of something?
What do you mean?
I could have sworn I had asked if there had been like any extra shipments of like food or something, and the mayor said yes, I believe.
I think she was, if I'm remembering the right thing, she was saying that they don't receive shipments in, they go get them.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah, and I made the comment about, oh, haha, it's kind of like going down to Sam's Club and loading up 4 trucks and then coming back.
Yeah.
Restaurant Depot. Yeah, okay. So there was a truck, though. And then mail delivery was like a P.O. box system or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They limit as many people coming through town as possible.
Right.
She does have a microscope. I just have to figure out where it's gonna be. Okay. Elphine looks at Elphine looks over to Minx and says, if you wanted to look at that blood, I do have a microscope back at my house. I could have Eilon show you where my house is if you want. I prefer to stay here and make sure nothing happens to them.
Well,
Yes.
going back though, the perception for the people that heard truck, Ori's perception was 15, Eilon was 6, Minx was 11, Marsh was 13, and Sarah was 8.
Oh, yeah. Did I hear that? I'm sorry.
So, was it Ori, Minx, and Marsh? I thought
I want to say that my DC for y'all was higher because y'all were further away through a den of noise, I guess you would say.
Which makes sense.
And they were standing basically right next to him when you said truck, so.
Okay, yeah. I was pretty sure Marsh didn't hear it because I wrote the note down and I was like, damn, I didn't hear this clue.
Let's see. Got that. So. Yeah, you heard it. Okay. When the second one said ran, Almera kind of perked up a little bit and said, did one of them just talk? Like, that didn't sound like any of our voices. Did somebody just say something? And he looks to the boar, doesn't see that she's changed any. And he, like, walks past. I put him in a bad spot. Sorry about that. Stop.
Rude.
No!
Rude!
Too many tokens. He starts walking over, and he like gets in the room and looks at this were-rat, and he's like, "Alright, it wasn't him." And like he sees this one over here, like basically staring at whoever's moving, saying, like he's just working on trying to get it out. It's like, and he says, "Guys, I think they're trying to say something to us."
I'm sure, assuming like everybody would like move and congregate, right?
Possibly.
hmm
Um,
I'm assuming at least the mayor would move.
how smart is she? She actually would not. And looking at the other lichens in the room, you see that they're not rushing to crowd the one that's talking.
Why not?
Because they're injured. Okay. He'd say, "Excuse me," and then he'd follow up to Elmer. So many tokens. You're right. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Excuse me. Pardon.
Okay.
Excuse me. Oh, no, sorry about you. Excuse me.
Sorry. Yes.
But you and Almer and Elon, possibly Sarah, and if Minx was listening, Minx would hear him say, "Ran." They're trying to work out Ran. Minx, are you still going to her house to use the microscope? Okay. Ilon and Minx, the two of you are walking out. Getting some things cut up a little bit. Give me a minute.
Boot him out.
No, don't do that. That's mean.
Oh, set in stone now, booting y'all out. Elphine gives Ilon the key to her house and apparently vacant workshop, because who needs to build things? And the hell is Team Rocket?
She would totally be part of Team Rocket. She's crazy enough.
Look at the token below the boar.
It's like Sarah's name's covering it. I really can't see it.
Gotcha.
Elfine. E-L.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Yer. Elfine. Nice one, Cheryl.
She's a fine French lady. Got it.
My.
Or is it la? So that'd be Spanish? L. Yeah, L. Whoops.
Until further notice, Sarah will be out patrolling the city, trying to make sure that no one else gets kidnapped.
That's right.
So she will
Go
make
flaunt
her.
that armor.
She will go make her departure and start wandering around.
Wait, I don't think I was here, but why did we have to leave the house?
Your character's going to show Minx where Alpine's microscope is at.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And if you're looking at the map, it is the bottom left over here. I'm pointing at her house.
Ah, okay.
And this empty building is her little personal lab. Because what's planning?
Right, okay. Thank you.
Indifferent Ori. Okay.
Ori's busy, just DM is slow.
It's fine. You got a lot going on.
I do. Jesus, okay. Sarah is serious
That's
about
fun.
her business.
It's Sarah. Not surprised. Okay. So the rat is saying ran. Is that all it's like really doing then?
Uh-huh.
Roll me an investigation.
Because debating.
As you are... Well, first off, how well do you think Marsh looked at the boar when they were dealing with her last night?
Not incredibly in depth. It's more like it's okay. How do we like incapacitate her? You know.
Okay, you weren't doing a critical look. Give me a investigation at disadvantage.
Another one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You noticed small things. You noticed like the feral savage look about it. But you didn't really pinpoint it to anything. Looking over this this were-rat that's talking, or attempting to talk, you're seeing that the feralness is still there, but less so. It looks like He's attempting to fight something.
Like it's preparing to fight, or it's like internally struggling with something?
Internally struggling, more so. I mentioned it, I want to say last night. They had a disconnected look about their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
This one, you're starting to see some intelligence come back into it. It's not like brain surgeon. It's not like they're completely there, but you're starting to see that something is coming back.
Okay, so considering it's trying to talk, he'd move a little closer to it, but and like ask, ran from what?
It just keeps repeating ran.
Hmm. Like the lycanthrope rats, like, do they walk on their like bipedal, or do they walk on all fours?
They're humanoid, so bipedal.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are in their hybrid humanoid forms.
Mm-hmm.
You're just talkative, aren't you? Seeing as the two of you are basically hyper-focused on this, just Ori and Shanta, give me perceptions. Ori, you're probably going to hear that because it's quiet in here. Okay. You hear the one that they've called quiet. Start grunting again. It's a little excitement in its grunts. Which causes Almere to turn around and look at the one behind it. And he grunts and growls, and eventually he works out the word far.
Far?
Far. Actually, what is your passive, Ori?
Over 9,000. For perception?
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, you definitely would have heard that then, because you're focused on something else. Okay. Anyway. So, Almere is looking at that one and says, far. And then he points at the other one, ran. ran far?
Hmm. Maybe they
Far
ran from a
ran?
truck? Truck. Truck.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Car, truck.
Well, what are you doing?
Minx, that might be a taboo topic. uh,
Does. Cool. Okay. Apparently the dice want y'all to learn things a little bit. As Almer is, like, kind of talking aloud to himself, he's like, ran far? Far ran? Because I don't think anyone has said anything to him about truck.
mm-mm.
Actually, the people that know about the truck left. Anyway,
Exactly.
The one in the middle, the one that's patchy and they keep calling quiet, focuses on Almer. And he says, far ran far, and it's like every time he says ran far, the were-rat looks a little more excited. And
Mm-hmm.
Almer, noticing this and kind of keying in on it, he says, ran far? You all ran far? And with more clarity, the were-rat, like, gives what could be, like, interpreted as a nod, and grunts out.
Was that a yes?
Don't know.
Well, gives us reason to suspect that they've come a long ways, or they've been taken a long ways. What are you researching anyways, Ori?
Things and stuff that
Mm.
nobody will reply on.
Okay.
That nobody will what?
Let me take care of that really quick. Do you want them to know before you know? Do you want to know why? How do you want this to happen? Do you want me to pull you to a separate chat and talk with you?
Sure.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted this out in the open or not. Okay.
What up, sexy? No, I'm kidding. Hi.
I apologize. It's a lot going on. I'm sorry.
I know.
You used. What did you roll for your investigation when I asked for it? A 9? What was it, 9 to 15 or something like that?
Yeah, 9 and a 25. Not 25. To get a lot of those, but not in the primary spot.
Okay. So you have the coordinates for this village. So you pulled up Google Maps, Google Earth, and you looked in the area of where you're supposed to be. And all you see at those coordinates is tree cover.
Okay.
So, knowing that something is there, you look a little closer, and you can see, like, it's an odd little hash of where the picture has been edited.
The picture's been edited?
Mm-hmm.
Of directly where we are, or...
Directly where you are.
Okay.
So it's standing behind this area is protected kind of deal.
Yeah.
It's like how if you would just be like, I want to look at a military base, you can't look.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I
close.
figured that's what you meant.
So you see that, and you feel more confident that you're in the right area.
Mm-hmm.
So you look around the surrounding area, and you don't see anything within 2 miles or so of that area.
Mm-hmm.
But looking further out, like you just start zooming out until you see the closest thing. You see about 50 miles, I think I said, was the closest. It was like a 45-minute trip or so. You see like 30 to 40 miles out is a town. The one that you all passed through. Looking at the surrounding area from that range going in, you do actually see that there is a structure some 20 miles from where the village is.
Is it a facility? Is it a small house?
Roll me another investigation. Because you're looking at it from the top down. See if you can figure out what it is. What is that?
21.
21, 22? Okay. Looking at it, give me a history also.
14, 20.
Looking at it, it looks like a smaller facility. It's not a single building, it's a collection of buildings on like a plot of land that's been cleared. Like there are a few trees in the plot, but it looks like it's been cleared for this location. Looking at the perimeter of it, it looks like at one point it could have had a fence. It could still have a fence. You can't really tell. But some of the buildings there look crumbled. Some
So
buildings,
there's no, like...
some buildings are still intact, but from this image that you're looking at, it looks like some of the buildings are like dilapidated or crumbling.
So there's no, like, marker saying that something is there now? Kind of like how businesses are?
Right.
Okay. That doesn't mean that there's not. Are there any, like, main roads leading to that town about 45 minutes away or to here?
The town 45 minutes away is y'all passed through there. Y'all went through there before y'all got to the road leading to the town, the village.
Right. But, like, is there a major road connecting it to that road?
To the one of the facility?
Yeah.
There is a road leading towards that, yes. It looks like it could be a 2-lane road.
Is it a major highway that we came down to the Ware Village? Or is it a country road?
It's a 2-lane in the sense of the road leading from the camping site to the Walmart. So, like, trucks could go down it, but it's technically a 2-lane road.
Like a country highway sort of thing?
Kinda, yeah.
So there wouldn't be any security cameras? Any traffic cameras?
This far out, I don't know who would be watching them. It would kind of be like the stretch just after Williamsburg, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's so far out that if something happened out there, you wouldn't see it for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to work with your skill set, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, you're right. I mean, you've given me something, like, huge. Okay, let's do some general searches. Hmm.
You mind if I pull you back over? Ask me these in character, kinda, sorta. That way I'm better off to answer you, because, like, I'll see it over there and I'll be processing it, but I don't always jump back to it immediately.
Okay, yeah, how should I do that? Like in main chat?
Like, just talk out and say something to me about it. If it's something that you don't want them to say, then say, like, check logs or something like that. So that way I can go back and actually pay attention to it, or try to focus on it, and I'll be like, alright, I need to take care of something really quick, and then I'll go do that. You know?
Not really. Am I private messaging you?
No, I mean, like, you were doing right earlier, but it's just I had so much chatting going on that I couldn't focus on the text side of it. If you say specifically, hey, did you see my message? Or something along those lines, it'll make me focus on it a little more.
Okay.
And I'll try to, like, push out the audio.
So keep doing private messaging to you.
Right. Just make me aware of it more than just the message.
Okay.
Because if you send it through Discord, I'm straight up not going to see it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that.
No, I haven't. I have not. And it's also 10:50?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted more to get done today. I tried.
I know. You're fine. A lot has gotten done.
But I'm going to go ahead and move us back over, because everyone's muted now.
Alright. Cool.
Alright, we are back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, what did I miss in this chat over here? Also, Minx, if you're looking at this stuff while you're looking at while you're talking to Ilon, go ahead and give me a investigation and a nature.
Did we ever get the name of this village?
Red Glen.
Thank you.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, everybody but Cheryl was cross-playing. Marsh, Ori, and Sarah were all cross-playing.
Yeah, wow. That's funny. What's the city we went through? My toes are shaking at me, apparently.
That little village?
Yeah.
Unnamed, currently.
Oh, it's unnamed?
Currently.
Okay.
If it becomes a thing, it might get a name, but it's unnamed currently.
My phone is mad that I haven't taken my medicine yet.
To answer your question, Ori... The closest is 62 miles out.
Okay, what about the second one?
Second one.
Looking for news articles.
Okay. Nothing comes up. You would remember that Red Glen isn't on any maps.
That's why I wanted the other city.
Okay.
We can just say,
It
like...
We'll insert that name.
Yeah.
We'll work with that. Give me...
Investigation?
Yeah, investigation. You get a couple pings, actually.
Oh.
You see a few that look like dead ends. Spend a little too much time on those. But you do eventually find one for a older military facility. That was closed down about 300 years ago or so. That they are talking about finally, like, demolishing completely.
I wish you could have seen my slow blink.
Huh?
Just like my surprised slow blink of like, what?
And this is about the time that Marsh would walk up to you and say, "What you working on?"
Playing a game, and I will flip over to a game. I don't want to give information until I have something concrete. Do I need to do like a sleight of hand or something?
Sure, we'll see how fast you flip it over.
Fuck! What the hell happened there?
You got a 2.
Jesus.
Okay, Marsh, as you're walking up to Ori, you get right up on him, and you're, like, glancing down at him. And as you open your mouth to speak, it looks like he finally realizes that you're there, and you see him quickly cycle the screen on his phone. You catch a glimpse of text on the screen.
I was reading Snake Bear fanfiction, okay? I'm sorry.
Makes.
Where have you got?
Looking at the blood culture that you have, you have no control. See, it. Simplify this. It. Give me a medicine to see how much you actually know about this. You are a damn bookworm, I swear to God. Okay. So, you've read enough, you've done your own independent research on what different types of blood should look like under a microscope, and you have an inkling of what you're looking at. And presumably with the assistance of Ilon, just going back and forth looking at it, you see that they do have, quote, standard blood. Being a lichen has not changed the blood cells that drastically. That being said, you do see that there is something in the bloodstream, but it doesn't appear to be, or not the bloodstream, the blood itself, that is visible. You're not sure what it is, but there is something that just is not normally found in blood. Uh, investigation org.
Okay.
Why do I just feel like Minx is asking that with a dagger in has like, I need your blood. Like, ready to just shank Eilon.
Did you say investigation or perception?
Investigation.
I'm investigating. Oh!
Okay.
Can I extend that to, like, trackers embedded in skin? If you say yes, I'll use some inspiration. Totally how inspiration can be used, right?
No, it's not.
Dang it! Exactly what I'm
Okay, first things first, give me a dex saving throw.
Yes!
Okay. As you are approaching this boar,
Yeah.
it sees you coming and it sees that you're somewhat of a new face. It hasn't seen you before. Not really. And Elphine is like, she's still in the area, but she's not focused 100%. She's like researching on her own side, and she's not paying 100% attention to the boar itself. As you approach to start investigating it, the boar like does the like pig squeal and like lunges against its restraints at you, but it doesn't really have any gusto behind it. It just looks like the boar is tired.
Aww.
That being said, you do manage to inspect the boar enough that you do see that its clothes are kind of tattered. Theirs haven't held up as well as Shanta's do when she transforms.
Mm-hmm.
And you see on their right side, you see a section, it's a small section where there is no fur.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't look like it matches like the way that the one they call Quiet is patchy. This one looks like it was shaved. And you do actually see some kind of indent in the skin, or some kind of raised section in the skin.
Okay. Is there any sign of like grasses or brush or anything as well?
You didn't see anything that was attached. Like, you see where it could have been some sections where they ran through some brush, but you don't see any attached to them.
Yeah. Okay. Um,
Is Jess still here?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm here. I've been listening.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
realize I was on my. I had my sound off.
I guess I would point out to Elfine, uh, the patch of missing fur. Did you notice this before?
I did not. Uh, she looks it over and extends a hand out, and the boar doesn't react to like
Okay,
her touch.
I am not gonna touch the board.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna like kind of point at the area and say, "You see that indent? Like that could possibly be some sort of tracker. I think we should see if our other friends have something similar on their bodies, and then I mean maybe we can surgically remove the tracker and see if we can like backwards locate where these people came from. Otherwise, I might have a lead. I just need something solid. I know that sounds crazy and outlandish, but it's worth a shot.
Hmm. I'm not sure she would let me approach her with any kind of sharps. Is there anything that you could do with it in the skin still? At least until she's calmed down or able to talk better?
Maybe if I could get a link, some kind of like Bluetooth, you know, when you pair headphones to a phone or something. You know what I'm saying?
She has a look on her face like she's listening to you talk, but she's not following.
Never mind. Would you be able to get your assistant to look at the other two, or wait, your assistant off? They go. I mean, another assistant maybe, or you to see if the other two have the same mark.
God, why would you make an EMP?
Please don't. Please don't. I will be useless. Please don't. No. 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 Need electronics.
Which is like all of them.
But yeah, I would ask Elfine if she could go inspect the other patients to see if they have similar I don't even know what to call it. Thing.
If they have something embedded in them.
Yeah, there we go. And I guess I will sit. There we go. To the right. Next to the boar. And see if I can locate this thing.
Jesus Christ.
What? Please don't be building an EMP.
No, to say that you gave her somewhat of a lead is an understatement. She just fucking critted overlooking both of these fucking rats.
Nice! Get it, Elfie!
So you gave her second win. She has hope again, anyway. Yeah, she finds 2 trackers embedded uh, and both of the lichens, the rats.
Ori will be very happy. And I'm gonna sit down and start doing what I do. Alright, now how do I go about this, Will? I am not a hacker in real life, help!
You would need something to be able to scan the signal that they're emitting.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, think about it this way. You know how sometimes you'll see, like, hunters' trucks, they'll have the little antenna on top of it?
Yeah.
That is sometimes used to, like, I'm assuming, track their dogs. Like, if they lose one of their dogs, they can find it that way.
Mm.
You would need something that can pick up the signal. So you have to figure out what type of signal it's sending.
Yeah,
Which is
like whether it's a certain type of radio wave or something, or... Gotcha. Kind of like that new thing they have for keys, where you lose your key, find it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you would have to have something to scan that.
I guess first thing is to figure out what kind of radio wave it is of some sort.
That I will pretty much give you. Ori has an idea of how to do that. Because you thought it up, you would have an idea of how tracking devices work.
Yeah.
So you just need to figure out how to get something that can read that. Going back to Minx, you did get blood from Ilon? You had pretty good roll for medicine, all that. So, looking at Ilon's blood versus theirs, you see a odd mix at first. It's not world-changingly different than the other two, but you see that Ilon's blood is similar to like the makeup of a snake's blood, but it still has like humanoid features, so it's like I don't know how cold-blooded versus hot-blooded would look under a microscope, but it looks like a mix of that. But you don't see this strange substance that you're seeing in the two rats' blood. You're not seeing that in Ilon's blood. Marsh, to answer your question from Shanta. Or to Shanta. Of course, any resource that we have that could assist you is yours to use. You're helping us. Why would we deny you anything right now?
Poor Ilon. Was it like the really creepy commercial where it's like they're pulling Skittles off of people's skin?
Mm-hmm.
It's so creepy.
I'm terrified.
I love Skittles, but I watch that commercial and it makes me not.
Yep. Basically.
I can't see her singing that.
Goodness. I didn't even get that far. I was like, I started it and I'm like, crap, they're talking.
Like, I skipped through to see the song. The moment you burst in and loudly exclaim that, the three wares in the room, the three feral wares in the room, all, like, jump and are agitated. And, like, are snarling in an attempt to defend themselves from this sudden intrusion. But they can't go anywhere because they're chained down.
Some blood. I'm gonna jump at that too.
He suddenly like runs back. Or
Does she even have detect magic? I think she does, but I can't remember.
I'd be surprised if she didn't. Yeah. So with Minx's exclamation, it would be like Marcia would ask something. Are you able to better define it?
Ori, when you're not being scared, what are you doing?
Trying to figure out tracking device. Literally Googling it.
You have a mentor in the next room over.
I know, but I'm trying to do it by myself. Hold on. Trying to be a big bad hacker over here.
Okay. I need to
Like,
ask...
I get
no,
that-
no. I need to ask you a question. On...
It's the scanning part I don't understand. Like, I get the GPS part, so you need a satellite. The satellite is the signal. But I don't know how to scan it yet.
It's called DM magic. But,
Oh.
How?
Is that the information you wanted me to find?
I was kind of expecting you to ask more, but
Oh.
how much? How curious is Ori pertaining to the truck y'all rode in on? Like, this is the second time you've been in it. It's the same one that y'all came back from. I forgot the name of the village.
Oh.
That
I
first
guess very curious, especially if it has technology stuff on it. Or he would definitely have looked all of that over.
one. Okay.
Even the first time we'd been on it.
Roll a history for me then.
Okay. Oh my god, why?
You know there are radios on the thing.
Rest in pieces.
Yeah, I mean, since we all handed around the aux cord. Man, could there be satellite radios or something?
I'm just saying, you know that there are radios. I'm not specifying which kind of radios, but you know that there are radios.
God, okay, fuck it.
Listen to my vagueness.
Oh man. Hope.
Poor Ori.
Poke.
Yes,
I have a theory.
I'm listening. It's
These
probably
people have
more than what
trackers.
we have.
These people have trackers.
Okay, we could possibly trace those back. What's your
Yes.
theory? Or was that it?
It was not it.
Okay.
You were so impatient.
I am. You should know this by now.
I do know this by now. I just... Hold on just 1 second! Do we have anything that could trace the signal back?
I'm sure we have something that could trace it back.
Okay, well, I'm hoping that we can find the correct coordinates that also lead to an abandoned facility that I found within the, 40 miles of this place. That might not entirely be so abandoned.
Okay, you lost me on that. What?
I did some research. I'm holding up my phone to Almer. I did research, okay? There's an abandoned facility, like I thought. Like, it used to be a military facility. It might not be so abandoned. If they ran far, it might be the right facility. And if we can track this tracker backwards, then if it's the same location, then wham bam, we've got it.
That... He pauses for a minute. He's like, thinks it over. That makes a bit of sense. Like, some things kind of fit. But that doesn't make sense on... They had Pass Without Trace cast on them. And that has a time limit. I can't see them running that far and still having Pass Without Trace on them.
Well, at the very least, we can, trace back the trackers. Right? In theory, hopefully. Unless they're a different type of device and they're not trackers. I hope they're not a different device that gives them a shock. Either way, I mean, if we can figure out if they are trackers, awesome. If they aren't, then probably should remove them of some sort or do an x-ray on them or something.
No, I don't think we can do x-rays out here. I know I can't. I'm pretty sure they can't either.
Well, I certainly can. I'm not a doctor. Not unless this fancy-dancy thing you gave me, or he holds up his small computer on his wrist, can do that, then yeah, no.
If that could do that, you would have the tumor like bigger than your head, attached to your head right now.
Oh, so that's why your head is so...
Oh, fuck off.
I just thought your ego was inflating.
Almir brushes past you and starts walking out of the building.
Wait! You didn't say if we had something to track this!
I'm going to go look now.
Oh. Could have said something.
As he's walking out, he's like, "Can you say something?"
Oh.
So, I guess with that, I'm gonna go back in here and come over to Shanta and start talking to her!
I think I'm gonna switch to Minx, figure out what's going on with her, and then we might end it there because it's 11:30.
Okay.
So
The blood!
Let me see what's going on with Shanta. Got the magical ones.
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl, do you have anything that you are looking for from me? Because I was trying to figure out what those perceptions are for.
I was rolling it to see if I could hear Almir and Ori talking.
Ori, were you just treating this as a hushed conversation in front of two people staring at you? And one
That's
of
what I
them being
figured
a
Minx.
feral
Yeah, I
person?
figured Minx was doing the same thing. Mm-hmm.
Ori?
I said no.
Oh, I didn't hear it. So that was just a regular volume conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all heard it.
Okay. Did you give a distance of how far that military facility was?
She said it was
I
within a
believe-
40-mile range, is what she said.
Yeah.
Right. You're suggesting that they eat liver in order to help them process the faulty blood faster? I don't think it works like that, but okay.
I already know that this village does not have the means for a blood transfusion. I'm going to tell you that now. Is there any way to magically do that? I'm going to have to probably research that.
Yeah, I was like wondering if they had like the cure poison or something, because it's not. I couldn't find it in the book when I quick looked through it.
I think she did a detect poison and she didn't see anything.
But it's like I didn't know if this would be considered a poison, even though it's in a way poisonous to the body. It's ill effect, you know. It depends on the definition of poison.
Yeah, it depends, unfortunately, on how I'm looking at it. And... I can't meta. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's like I was trying to find the rules, but I couldn't find it. I didn't look that hard, though.
But, I must put a stop to game here for the night. Huh.
I pity those pregnant women.
Yeah? Liver's gross. It was an interesting game tonight, I will say that.
Throw you enough curveballs?
Hmm?
Did we throw you enough curveballs?
I don't really say curveballs. Trying to give y'all hints of things without straight up railroading y'all in a direction. It was interesting.
Choo choo.
Fuck off. I'm trying not to, okay?
I know.
Mhm.
You're doing
Yeah.
fine.
Yep, you're doing just fine, Will.
As far as I know, we will be having a game next Wednesday.
I probably
yeah.
won't be able to be available.
Okay. We might be postponing. I'm not sure. If that's the case, because things are starting to happen here a little bit, and I think Marsh might be important on those soon. That and we're down a cry until further notice,
Okay.
which is why she's patrolling. I'll see if he wants her to assist y'all or just patrol, but he hasn't said yet. But tentatively next week, but I'll be sending a message out at some point, like Monday or Tuesday, to figure out what's going on.
Mhm.
That being said, if anybody has questions, shoot me a message, and I'll try to answer them. But
All
Okay.
of them.
have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, Will.
Oh, jeez. Okay, good night. I'm gonna go. Goodbye.
Night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.